Hello and welcome to another episode of Afternoon Tea, the only show in WA where we bring tea time to a fresh new level of relaxation. I'm your host Connor Wheeler, and today we'll be looking into Japanese culture, specifically Japanese pop, anime, dance culture here in Perth. The guests we have today are part of a community who are passionate about celebrating Japan's unique and vibrant culture. Before we meet our first guest, let's take a look at the pre-recorded performance by the very talented idol, Muyuu. That was a great performance by Muyuu. Thank you, Muyuu, for coming in and performing such an amazing routine for us all. Okay, without further ado, let's give a warm welcome to our first guest, Rebekah, the second vocalist of Nyamaha. Hey Rebekah, how are you doing?
Hi, good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. So could you please share with our audience what you do?
So I'm the second vocalist for Nyamaha. We sing mainly anime songs and other Japanese pop songs.
Awesome. And how long have you been doing this for?
I actually just had my first performance with them last week, and
Awesome.
I've been practicing with the band a couple months before that.
And what got you into idol culture?
Oh wow, that's a really long story. It
That's
starts
good.
way back over like 10 years ago, I think.
Yep.
I had one of my friends on the internet recommend me a Vocaloid song, World Is Mine by Hatsune Miku, and I loved it so much. And since then, I got really into Vocaloid music. And then after that, eventually, AKB48 songs, a really famous idol group in Japan, started coming up on my recommended on YouTube.
Awesome.
So then I started watching their videos, and then I got into more idols after that, and I've been into Japanese music ever since.
And what makes Japanese music so unique to you?
I can't really put my finger on it, to be honest, but there is something that is really different about it compared to Western music, I think. But I don't know if I can put my finger on it.
That's fine. And so what's idol culture like in Perth?
Idol culture in Perth? I think idol culture in Perth is really just beginning, to be honest. So there's a lot of new idols who are just getting into the scene, learning more about idol culture. And it's a really cute little community that I'm excited to see grow.
And do you think there's any stigma around idol music or Japanese culture as a whole?
Yeah, definitely with idol music in general. I would say that in Japan, sometimes idol culture is a bit, just knowing this from other Japanese friends that I've interacted with or what I've read before, is that there is a bit of a stigma around like being a bit of an otaku about it, and like that being a bit of a weird kind of fringe sort of thing. But less so. There are like idols that are very mainstream.
Awesome.
But of course there is still a bit of stigma, yeah.
And can you explain what otaku is for our audience?
Otaku is the Japanese word for nerd. So it's basically someone who is like really obsessed and really into something in general. So you can have idol otaku, who are often just called ota. There's obviously anime otaku or like train otaku, lots of different types.
Awesome. And are you a manga first or an anime kind of person?
I think I always prefer reading manga first, to be honest.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And what makes you kind of drawn to the manga over anime?
I don't know. I think just because like I think manga is just easier for me to access. Like from when I was younger, like my older brother often had quite a few manga lying around. So I would just like, you know, it'd be easy for me to just pick it up and read it, whereas otherwise I have to go online and search up for it. So
more of an ease of access thing?
Yeah, I think so.
Awesome. And do you collect any anime figurines or merchandise?
Oh, I used to, when I was into Vocaloid, I used to try and collect lots of Hatsune Miku merch. But since I got into other like Japanese music and idols, I think I bought something like 15 CDs when I went to Japan.
Nice. And have you ever had a crush on a fictional character or even band members, anything like that?
I mean, yes.
And who was it?
My first.
Get some details.
Yeah, my first celebrity crush would probably be Oshima Yuko from AKB48.
Yep.
She's gorgeous. She's married now, but I think 15-year-old me would have been pretty upset if I knew she was gonna.
And which anime character is your favorite at the moment?
Anime character that's my favorite. Well, I recently watched Evangelion, and I thought Rei was a really interesting character.
And can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
I don't know how to explain her apart from that. It was also like, if I talk a bit about her, I feel like it might spoil it a little bit, but I thought she was just really interesting. Yeah. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, fair enough. And is there any anime series that you could recommend to our audience?
Any anime that I could recommend? I'm not sure. I haven't watched anime in a long time, but Evangelion was quite interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
I guess, like, if not anime, is there any, J-pop bands that you'd recommend to people?
Yeah. J-pop bands right now, I really like this band called Second Action.
Yep.
And other artists I like right now are Fuji Kaze, and I'm a big fan of Hoshino Gen.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. And is that any? I guess you've been watching a lot of Evangelion. Is that kind of the only anime you've watched recently? Or?
Yeah, recently I watched Evangelion, and a long time ago I watched Toradora, and I watched a bit of Kimi ni Toroke. Cool.
And do you have any favorite anime movies?
Anime movies? Oh, that's really tough because I love Ghibli movies.
Yeah.
Like, if people ask me what my favorite Ghibli movie is, I always list at least like 3 or 4.
Do you want to go for it? List them.
Sure. I don't know if it'd be like Spirited Away or Porco Rosso, or also Princess Mononoke is really good. Yeah. And then also Kiki's Delivery Service is really good.
They do have a great catalogue, so it does make it hard.
Yeah.
And so is there a statement anime are for kids? Do you agree with that statement?
No, I wouldn't agree with that. I think there is a lot of anime that is for kids, but I don't think anime is for kids really anymore. There is a lot of anime, even like other animated series in the West. Just like how there's animated series in the West that are catered for adults, there's animated series in Japan that's catered for adults. Yeah.
So there's a good mix there as well.
Yeah, I think so.
And a couple of years ago, there was a man in Japan who married Hatsune Miku, hologram. What's your opinion on that?
Oh, congratulations, honestly.
Fair enough. Well, that'll do it for our interview. So now, speaking of Japanese culture, let's have a look at our promotional festival, Idol Festival, a festival that brings together a community together for a celebration of Japanese culture.
Well, we wanted a festival to promote music that we love. We don't have anything like this here in Western Australia, in Perth in particular, and we got frustrated and we wanted something to promote something that we love and love dearly, and we love Japanese music. And in all forms of Japanese music, like idol, rock, anime, that's what we love, and we have nothing like that here. We didn't have any cons nearly 2 years to really showcase that, and we just decided the time is now. We want to start a festival where we can promote what we love. It's something different. Normally when we go to conventions, it's always, promoting cosplay and, how good we look. This is us showcasing music and dance and, outfits as well. And it's not just the performance, it's also the crowd interaction as well. We love getting hyped and, cheering and being a part of it. It's one of those scenes where everyone's involved. It's not just the performers, it's the audience as well. And we don't have anything like that here in Perth, and we decided we want that here and we want to build that culture here. And this was the perfect opportunity. We've had events before, but this was an event that really showcased, this culture. Why should people come to Perth Idol Festival? It's for the experience. You get to hear amazing musicians play the best anime tunes and Japanese music. You get to see performers perform amazing dance routines and in the most incredible outfits. You get to see singers just showcase their talent to everyone, and it's like, the best anime music and the best Japanese music. What makes Japanese music unique is that everyone can connect to it. Doesn't matter if you're a Western audience, doesn't matter if you're a Japanese audience. It connects you in the sense that you can be an audience member and get involved with the pen lights and the cheering. And you could be an idol who just loves just the tempo and the rhythm of the music that you can dance to. Or you can be a J-rock band who can play anime music because they can connect to the way that it's performed.
Let's give a warm welcome to our second guest artist, who is one of the organisers for the festival, and also our third guest, Cameron, who is a bass guitarist. Both of them are also members of the band Yamaha. So welcome to the show, guys. How are you doing?
Hi there. We're pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, great.
Awesome. And could you please tell us what you guys do?
So what we do, we are in Nyamaha, which is a J-rock cover band. We play just songs we like from various anime and other things too, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And how did you guys get into the community and the hobby in general?
I think, I can't speak for Cameron, but growing up with other sort of otaku in high school, we kind of gravitated towards the show Calum.
Yep.
And that was really influential for, I think it was for you too, actually.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Yeah,
Awesome.
same. Yeah.
Awesome. And how long does it take you guys to organise a show?
We give ourselves about a month usually.
A month?
It depends on the show.
Oh, well, maybe not for Idol Festival.
Oh, yeah. It really depends on how much time we have and balancing our life commitments. But
awesome.
Yeah.
we have done things from the span of maybe a week at the least, and then like 3 months at a really
And
good pace.
do you guys have like a selection process for your songs, or is it just stuff that you've been practicing recently? Is there anything that goes into that?
So we usually have like a document, we kind of vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, like people just put forward songs that they really like and
then you guys kind of vote together to figure it out?
yeah, and then it's a matter of like who's willing to do what.
Yep. And so what is your community like at the moment?
It's really exploded quite recently, up until we started in 2019, at the very end of 2019. And at that point, it was us. We just started though. Spaluna, which is a Love Live-based idol group, and Palettes, another Love Live-based idol group, had been going for maybe 2-3 years each.
Yep.
And up to that point, that was it.
Yep.
And in the last year, there has just been an insane amount of people joining, just young idols really into this. So it's just been really exciting to see that kind of growth. We've seen, new vocalists, dancers, just a whole host of just weird and wonderful people coming
Awesome.
forward to be a part of this community. It's been great. Yeah.
And had either of you guys been a part of a different group before Nyamaha, or is this your first kind of stint in idol culture?
First in idol culture for me, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, same. No, I had one in high school, but it was as you would expect it to be for a bunch of 14-year-olds.
Yeah.
But it was good fun, yeah.
Nice. And so how does one find and join the community?
You find a poster at UWA. Yeah.
Yamaha was someone else that actually started it on Facebook, and I looked to join, and then we started this band together, and those people have since moved on, and we've been left with a really good group of people who found through posters and Gumtree advertisements and just putting it out in the community, floating it out there.
Awesome. And do you think word of mouth's getting stronger for your festivals and your concerts, or is it still a little bit slow on that end?
A lot of people find out about us. We always get a bit of a social media boost after concerts.
Awesome.
Definitely, yeah.
And going on to anime, do you guys have any anime series or you could recommend at the moment?
Beck already said Evangelion. I'm big on the slice of life stuff myself.
Awesome.
K-On, yeah.
Yeah, same. I almost exclusively watch music anime, so about bands is just my obsession. There's this one called Kids on the Slope, and it's about a bunch of kids playing jazz in the 60s in Japan, post-war, and it sounds really intense, and it is, but the music is by Yoko Kanno, who did Cowboy Bebop. It's just fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And have you guys ever had a crush on a fictional character?
I plead the fifth.
No more answers there.
No comment.
Okay, fair enough. And do you guys read any manga before watching the anime, or you just go straight into the show?
I'll generally go for the anime first, because I find that's probably like the fullest version of what the creator intended.
Yeah. And do you then seek out the manga afterwards if you enjoy it, or do you just kind of let it to the wayside of it?
Yeah, I have done, but usually I only read manga if it's something that hasn't been adapted yet.
Yeah. Awesome.
I'm the absolute opposite. I will always go manga first. Usually the manga is significantly longer than the anime, and the anime is done. It's cut stories, and it's usually quite nice, but I find if I read the manga first, the voices and the characterization in the anime is usually different than what I hoped it was when I was reading it. But just having the feeling of a book in your hands is always something that I wouldn't want to give up.
Yeah. So there's that difference between like imagination and like reality, I
well,
guess.
a little bit, yeah. I suppose so.
Are you guys currently watching any series at the moment?
I just finished Son of Bisque Doll.
Yeah.
I've been starting to watch that too.
It's pretty good.
It is good.
Yeah.
And what's that about?
It's about a guy who makes Hina dolls, which are like these like Japanese style ceramic dolls, I guess. And he makes clothes for these dolls, and he meets this girl in high school, and she wants to cosplay, so he starts making costumes for her, and it's like a romance story.
Yeah. And in your opinion, do you think anime figures are worth the money, or do you think they're a little bit of a waste?
Oh, they're definitely a waste, but I love them still the same.
And what kind of draws you to collecting figures, I guess?
I guess I've kind of formed connections with like characters that I watch, and I like to have them in my house.
Yeah, fair enough. I guess it's like buying merch for kind of anything, right? You have that connection to the creator, and I guess there's that support there as well.
But definitely once you've been to Japan, you will not be able to go back to buying figures in the West, because you can go to these used stores and get figures. They're like $3 or $4 for what you pay like $40 for here at least.
Last one I did was 40, yeah.
Yeah, but it's just a different experience altogether, and you can waste as much money as you want.
I heard there's like a bit of a culture of people going to Japan, buying those cheap figures and then reselling them for a big amount.
Couldn't resell my figures.
Is there any Japanese song at the moment that's currently on repeat that you guys have?
Oh, that's a really hard question. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm big on pretty much anything Shibuya K at the moment.
Awesome. Well, while we're on the topic of Japanese culture, let's have a look at what people think about anime.
And I think loving a 2D anime waifu isn't weird. Changed my mind.
How can you be in love with someone that's never interacted with you?
Now, so you want me to convince you whether it's weird.
Yes.
You said all that, but you didn't tell me that it's not weird. So, because from my standpoint, that's weird as hell. And I got five words for you.
Okay.
My Little Pony. Does that sound familiar to you?
I think I've fallen in love a couple of times. So
So you understand?
I understand real people, 3D.
Oh,
girls.
Those ones.
Have you seen the chandelier lady that like sucks on the?
I haven't seen that. I've only heard things about that show, and they're always horrifying. And I think that
Hey, so that's horrifying. So, not the same as loving a two-dimensional,
these have-
non-physical being.
these have human traits. A fence, a chandelier. There's nothing human about it. I think there's something that I'm hearing here, and it's loving. It's not loving the characters. It's loving the wrong characters. It's like Shadow the Hedgehog, for all of his emo edginess, he can make some people into monsters later in life. But if it was Sonic, he's a much better person.
You seen any Sonic fan art lately?
I've seen a lot of his feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that sound?
We're not arguing that foot fetishes are wrong. It's about anime. And also, Sonic is 3D sometimes, so he's in the okay.
I don't think that's okay at all. My Little Ponies are also 3D sometimes, and it's still not on.
That's true.
If it's small children looking at anime, especially females having big,
Yeah.
it's just.
I just think relationships are dependent on two human beings interacting. Or, yeah. I've seen a video of a woman sitting on a fence and she wasn't just sitting on.
Oh.
Are you all up for a game?
No.
Sure.
It's kind of tough. We kind of have to go for it anyway. I don't have a choice. So the game that we're going to be playing is called Guess That Anime Quote. The game is pretty straightforward. I'm going to say a quote from an anime, and you guys have to guess the name of the character and the anime. And whoever gets the most points wins the title and gets the otaku of the day. And the losers win nothing. So just when you know the answer, just call out your name, and then whoever calls out the name first gets to answer. Also, if you guys need a hint or anything like that, just let me know. I've got some hints here that are provided. If you need any deeper hints than that, I won't be able to give you some because I don't know any of the animes, but we'll make it work. Let's start the game. So the first quote is, "I may be the only swords lady among the pillars who can't cut a demon's head off, but anyone who creates poison that can kill demons can be quite amazing."
I really want that to be from Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
That feels like the right answer.
Yeah, it feels like it's from Demon Slayer.
Bamboo mouth.
Can we work together?
Unfortunately, it's a single player game.
Darn it.
It is competitive. So whoever calls out the name first, and you have to give me the name of the character as well.
And no
It's like
chance.
it's someone from Demon Slayer.
Yeah, can we get a hint?
Nezuko is basically a mute, right? So
Yeah.
The hint is insect.
Insect.
Oh, is this like Dragon Ball Z maybe?
there's a sword for the person.
Insect. Maybe it's their name. I don't know. But the Japanese word for insect is mushi, so maybe their name starts with mushi.
Does someone to go through a guess? And then
Oh, is it the butter? It's like no. Sorry, we don't watch Demon Slayer. There's a butterfly girl. It's the butterfly girl.
so it was Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
But the character's name was Shinobu.
Oh, it is Shinobu. Yeah, I should know that.
All right, the next quote is aura, 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 aura.
Like any rom-com.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's too vague.
Oh,
What up?
Can we get another hint?
Yeah, punching.
Punching.
One Punch Man.
Unfortunately, no.
Darn it.
Any other guesses?
Punching. Something violent.
Little Mac from Punch Out.
Okay, we'll move on. So it's Jotaro from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah.
And okay, next quote. Being the best decoy ever is as cool as being the ace.
Is that Spike from Cowboy Bebop?
Unfortunately, no. It's a good guess though. I actually have seen that. One of the few.
Yeah. Can you give us another hint?
Yeah, just backer.
Back up.
Is it me?
Nice try. So yeah,
It's worth a shot.
no guesses. No. Okay, so it was Tobio Kageyama from Haikyuu.
See, our sports enthusiasts are not here.
I read a couple of volumes of Haikyuu.
Clearly not well enough.
Not
Sorry.
enough volumes apparently. So number 4, Zawarudo.
Oh,
Zawarudo.
Light Yagami from Death Note.
No.
No.
Fake weaves.
I'm absolutely saying that wrong, but don't blame me. They're
Like,
getting me
as
to say
in
Japanese stuff I
The
can't say.
world, right?
Oh,
I'm gonna know this.
Zawarudo.
Yeah.
Ah, Zawarudo.
Is it something from My Hero Academia?
Negative. Do you want another clue? Little hint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the hint is vampire.
No.
I know this one, but I don't.
Do you want to move on?
Yeah, let's.
Okay. So it's Dio Brando from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure again.
Oh, see, we don't.
Yeah.
We actually haven't seen JoJo's. So
Yeah, no.
And the
That's the
internet's
one everyone
so
watches,
I know.
right?
Yeah.
I know.
saturated with JoJo references on the internet. You know them all, but you don't know that they're from JoJo.
Okay, so the next one is it's not always easy to see the good in people, but if you can somehow find a way to believe, sometimes that's all it takes to help someone. I've been told this is a pretty difficult one.
Sounds like a really young protagonist who is
Yeah, like sounds like Pokemon.
unspoiled by life. Clearly, there haven't been enough people yet.
I'll give you a hint, it's not Pokemon.
Darn it.
I'll give you the actual hint, it's Deceased Mum.
Deceased mom. Oh.
That could be almost
Oh.
any anime.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a pretty common setup.
This could be like End of Evangelion.
Fortunately, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deceased. Yeah, that any anime character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Full Metal Alchemist.
so the answer is Kyoko Honda from Fruits Basket.
Oh, okay.
We need our keyboardist here. She would absolutely murder me for not having gotten that.
Oh, so apparently we've got the wrong anime people. So, okay, the next one is if you don't take risk, you can't create a future.
That could also be from Pokemon, you know.
Obama.
Unfortunately, no. I'll give you the hint straight off the bat. It's just Captain.
Captain.
Captain Tsubasa.
Negative.
Captain Falcon.
I'll give you another hint because it's a very long show.
One Piece.
Can you say the quote again?
If you don't take risk, you can't create a future.
Okay, well, One Piece, that's too few words. It's a long
Luffy,
show.
One Piece.
Captain
Oh, Captain. my
Kangaroo.
Captain.
Captain Kangaroo. Is that a real character?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so the answer was One Piece, but the character was Monkey D. Luffy.
Well, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, half a point.
Okay.
Cool. I'm
I
with
thought it was a long show. Oh, you meant the length of the show. I thought you
Yeah,
meant the name.
Yeah, no, there's just the length of the show.
Oh.
So the next quote, Yu Jiu-Jitsu sorcerers are always troublesome no matter what the era.
Jiu-Jitsu sorcerers.
If they say no matter what the era, that's got to be like a time travel thing, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Awesome. I think we've actually run out of time, so I'm going to have to wrap it up there.
It's okay, we got it on a
right.
good zero.
But the last answer was Rome Sukano from Jujutsu Kaisen. And yeah, so how you guys feeling like you need to expand your anime knowledge there a little bit, or?
No, we're good with our heads
Yeah.
buried in the sand to what we
I'm
are into.
I
content
feel like
with
a
what I
couple
see.
of us should maybe do a bit more research.
No.
Well, I guess no one can. I don't think I can really crown anyone the winner there. It was a bit of a.
I think you got
my
0.5.
You got half a
You get
point,
half a
so I
point.
guess you are the talker of the day.
Yay.
So well done, congratulations. Let's see, yeah, and do you guys, I guess off the back of that, do you think you're gonna explore any of the animes that you maybe have missed out? Maybe JoJo's. It sounds like the big one you're missing there.
Yeah, I mean, there was, for the live action adaptation, there was an actors that I really liked that acted in it. So maybe I'll have a look at it.
Okay, well, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you beautiful people at home enjoyed today's episode. I want to thank everyone for following this special journey, and I hope everyone stays safe and stays healthy. Goodbye.